Hi, there are a couple different ways to upload recipients who could be students or guests or staff or whomever it is that you receive packages for. Probably the easiest way is to do this on your main check-in page. If you're an owner on that account or have permissions, hit the little plus where it would say recipient or team member or whatever it says there, and click on import recipients. You're going to browse your file to get an idea of what you should be, how the file should look. Go ahead and click the download sample file here. If you do, it looks like this. The first file column is going to be, actually not that one, it's this one. It's first name, last name, email ID. The email ID is the only one that's absolutely required. This is the unique value that our system uses, so you can only have one email per person. If you've got two people with the same email, that'll cause a problem, and I can do some, we're happy to help you for some workarounds if you need that, but for most people this is fine. You've got a mailbox ID number, which is your mailbox number if you have one. You do not need that. It can be blank. This is your internal ID, so if you have a student number or something, you would use that. You don't need it. A joint account holder or joint AC holder, that is, this is John's account, but his wife Mary is going to receive packages here too. In that case, you would put Mary's name here. A company field, again, it could also be a department. It's whatever you want to put in there or leave blank. And the address lines here, city, state, zip, that's pretty obvious. In the country, all of those are optional. Phone number and mobile number are optional too. You'll notice there's two separate fields. That's because we sometimes send text messages. So the next little bit that's important here is that you have to choose the recipient type. So if you only have one type of recipient, everyone is staff or everyone is student, that's fine. Just make sure that that is in here. And if you've got multiple different types, then you put the multiple different types here. If you want to have, by default, send email notification, then you should all say yes. And if you want to say SMS notification, if you want that to default to the numbers that are in the mobile phone number, the mobile number here, that's fine too. Then they should say yes. If not, they should say no. And that's it. So let's go ahead and upload. So back here on import recipients, I have my file. I'm going to go ahead and hit browse. And I'm going to choose my file, just right here. So now here we've got two choices. I've got add new recipients or the easy update database. If you add new, it'll just add anything that's new into your database. If one of the names you're adding is already on the old database, that's fine. It'll just update it. But basically it's just to add new names only. The other option here is to do the easy update database. And this will add the new names. So if it goes through the record and this first record is not on the old list, it'll add it in. And if it is on the existing list and they're slightly different, like they're in a different room, it will update it. And if it goes through the whole list and at the end it says, look, Frank Jones is on the old list, but he's not on this new one you're uploading here, it will delete Frank Jones from the list. Just to be clear, that's what the easy update does. So I'm just going to add, because I don't want to do anything else but add, and hit upload recipient. It's going to take those recipients and put them on here. There's only 5, so it only takes a second or two. It adds it in. If there's a problem, it'll say, hey, there's a problem. Click here to see the bad file. Let's open that. So here are the two that had problems, and let's see what the problems are. And the answer is that on these two, they already had that internal ID. So someone already had that student number, so you can't have two people with the same student number in this particular case. If you wanted to, you could just change this by deleting it or changing the number, hit save, and you can upload this export file right back in. So it's a much quicker way to fix it. You could just keep working with the same file. So if you have 20 problems, you could fix the obvious ones and then upload, and it'll just keep sending the right one back each time. Thanks. That should be it. Please feel free to reach out with any questions.